stretch. How's this season been different from last? It was so condensed last season. It was your first year. Has this one been better?
Yeah, a lot. Just the comfortability level of knowing the new organization, knowing everybody, not being the new guy. That all plays a hand of it.
When you look at what they added, obviously offensive pieces last season, this season, off season, definitely devoted to pitching.
Yep.
As a position player, what does that do for you guys?
It's awesome. Going out there every day and expecting to win and having a chance to win it's a good feeling.
For Bruce Bochy coming out of retirement, I mean, you've got to feel like that's a special situation for y'all to be able to have him, considering all that he's done. What kind of a presence has he brought?
He's been great. He didn't need to, and he wanted to, and that just makes it even better. He saw what we were building here and wanted to be a part of it, and that's awesome to hear.
For you, how big is the shift being gone? You've obviously riding a hot streak in spring training. Do you notice it? Do you try not to think about it, or do you feel like it's a nice little bullet in your gun?
Yeah, I try and not notice it when you're hitting, and then obviously when it does squeak through over there, it's a lot happier. It's still getting a little used to it on the defensive side, but on the offense side, it's definitely been good.
Perfect. Thank you,
Yep.
Corey. Vote the decision to start Jacob on opening day.
Yeah. You're talking one of the elite pitchers in the game. We're excited about announcing this. I know it's an honor for him. You know how humble he is, and so he's on schedule to go opening day. Early. We had to hold him back a little bit, but we think he's good to go. We have the day off after opening day, so we can cover him. We're not looking for him to take us, real deep in the game or anything. So this just makes all the sense in the world to us.
So, how many pitches?
I probably can answer that better after his next one, but we'll see.
How many pitches is he supposed to throw tomorrow?
We could probably get him up somewhere, I'd say around the 4 inning area. You're looking at 60, 65, somewhere in there. Don't hold me to that, but that's right now it's just busy with all these cuts, so I haven't had a chance to sit down with Greg and talk about tomorrow, or Mike.
Yeah, get your Maddoxes straight. Do we have some cuts we want to announce?
We have a couple releases. We did release Reyes Maranta and Joe McCarthy. We just didn't have room for them, and so we're letting them explore, other chances to make a team. We did inform a couple of guys that right now they will not be breaking with us. It doesn't mean that can't change from this point until opening day. Sasugo and Fraser.
Anything on the rest of the rotation after DeGrom?
Right now, Perez is scheduled to go to third game, and Eovaldi followed DeGrom.
Did you guys consider Perez for opening day based on what he did last year?
Yeah, you have to honor that, what he did, and so. But the way it's lined up, getting back and where we have them, we just decided to put them in the third game. Having that day off after the first game plays a part in that. Martin's a little more stretched out, so we'll have him going at least 90 in his game.
How do you slot Gray and Haney?
Looking at right now, Gray won the fourth game. And then Haney.
So it's important for you guys to break up DeGrom, Eovaldi, and Gray. You didn't want 3 straight hard filling.
It makes sense, right? You're breaking up the lefties and the righties, so that's a big part of the reason. A couple meetings.
Okay. You didn't watch Perez, did you?
No, I had to take care of something now. So, but I got a report on him. 75 pitches, threw very well. Gave up the 1 home run, but he got stretched out. Did a nice job out there.
He'll pitch again on Tuesday, that's the plan?
What's today?
Today's Thursday.
Tuesday. Yeah, I think it is Tuesday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So typical 4 days.
Right.
Did Tavares take at bats today?
Yeah, he's swinging now. You talking about from?
Did he take at bats in a game?
Oh, I don't know. Again, I wasn't there. We were doing some advanced stuff. I had to knock some stuff out with the staff meeting, so I couldn't go. So Mike went there along with CY and Hazy, and they gave me the lowdown, but not on Tavares. I haven't had time yet because we had a couple things going on in the multi-purpose room too.
Sure. Do you have any better feeling on Tavares now after the off day and everything?
The same feeling. He's coming along just like Lucky said. He's feeling better each day. They're ramping up, his workout today. So I do have a target date. It's going to be, good chance that you'll see him in that first series.
You see him on opening day.
I don't know if that, but it's that close, where it's probably more so to back in if all continues to go well.
I mean, he could take 20 at bats in one day, and send him out to the backfield and have him. I mean, is that the plan, or do you still need to take it cautious with this injury a little bit?
From the right side, yeah, we still have to be cautious. Yeah, there's no way you can do that to him. And throwing a little bit, maybe, even the running, but all that's so much better now that he's starting to do some things.
So he could be an active player, just not a hitter. Because you can't backdate that thing too long, right? But
He can't do what too long?
Can't backdate the deal move
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah, I don't know what the date is if you do, but as long as he's not in a game, you're covered.
So your general thought here is, because I'm not very used to potentially going into a season with a guy who might not be able to play for a couple days, but your thought is, if you think he's going to be ready within 3 or 4 days, there's no reason to make a 40-man roster move, because you don't have anybody on the 40 that you could put on this team, position-wise.
Yeah, we could, but you're right. You're probably looking at non-roster, yeah.
So your thought is, if he's going to be ready in 3 or 4 days, it's better to just carry him, even if you got to play shorthanded for a couple days.
We discussed that. No, I'm not going to say that's what we would do, but that was discussed. I think we can answer that probably Saturday, or probably even more so the first game against Kansas City when we get back, see exactly where he's at, and then if he's made big strides where we would be comfortable, that's a possibility, yeah. So where it could be even a platoon type thing, but I'm not saying that's what we're doing, but that's a possible option.
Is DeGrom starting the Saturday game here?
Yes.
Good starter to have on getaway day.
What's that?
He's a good guy to have on getaway day.
Yeah. You'd like to bring Nate back.
I believe, Jacob Barnes still with you?
Still here, yeah.
Okay. I thought he had an out today, so I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what day it is, but those are things that CY in the front office take care of. The administrative part of it, yeah.
No decisions. You haven't told anybody they're on the team today?
Nope. Well, Jacob, we told DeGrom he made it.
DeGrom made it? Was
Yeah.
it close?
Yeah. No.
Ragans still have a shot at being on this team?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, you look at his work, and it's impressive. Yeah.
So from what you knew about him going into camp and what you've seen, what's the,
Talking about Ragans,
yeah, is it a big difference?
it's been a remarkable difference. Yeah. I think you look at the stuff itself, but I think you also look at how impressive the command's been. It's been really good. 4 pitches, Texas zone, but the fastball definitely has picked up as you've seen the velocity. So no, you hate to say surprised because he's in the big leagues last year doing a pretty good job, but the fact that things have ticked up quite a bit. It's a pleasant surprise, yeah.
He's had 2 Tommy Johns.
Right.
Is there concern about using him as a reliever, or can you guard against?
I think, well, you have to be a little concerned. You're talking about a starter that's, it's a big adjustment. So, it'd be up to us to watch his workload and just make sure we don't, overwork him if that's the case. So no, we did talk about that. It's a different game, relieving and starting, and you haven't done it. Bouncing back, it's just different. But doesn't mean he can't do it, but it means we have to work him into that role cautiously.
Spring been like for you relative to springs past?
Fun. Obviously first big league camp, so it's exciting. All the new guys, getting to meet all the new guys, hang out with them, get to know them. It's been fun.
What did last year's experience, how did that help you prepare for what you're headed into?
I feel like it helps just in the sense of know what to expect in a sense, with who I'm facing, just how I need to prepare, that kind of stuff. I feel like it helped in that sense.
How do you feel like you've performed? It seems like the reviews have been pretty positive.
I've definitely had my ups and downs. Started off, I felt pretty good. Last couple outings, I've had a few rough innings here and there. But see what happens.
How do you feel in a bullpen role? How do you feel about that? Where do you feel like your strengths lie?
I don't mind it at all. Wherever I can help the team win, I'm open to it. I feel like obviously it's different, but definitely I think I've thrown in relief 3 or 4 times this spring, and it's a little different of a routine, but kind of 2 separate routines when it comes to starting and relieving. But I feel like I'm starting to have a routine when I'm in the bullpen and have a routine when I'm starting.
Do you feel like you do have to change that mindset though, because you don't have the longer runway that you do when you're a starter?
100%. You just kind of have to know, all right, I should start getting loose. Just do little things in between each inning. That way, when it's hey, you need to get hot, I'm ready. I'm not sitting there just cold, not loose. I'm already loose. All I have to do really is pick up the baseball and start throwing.
Even to in game, because I feel like there's kind of a tendency to pace yourself a little bit more as a starter, where you just kind of let it go as a reliever.
Yeah, you definitely have to. I feel like as a reliever, you have to be careful to not let it speed up on you as quick, just because things can happen super quick. So it's more so just finding the little things that kind of help you slow the game down, whether it's, if it's turn around and look at the outfield, I feel like that's helped me. Turn around, look at the outfield, take a deep breath, get back on the mound. If I have to take 5 seconds and I only have, 10 or 15 instead of 15 or 20, that's all right. We'll go from there.
And then finally, what is, the new guys obviously beefed up this pitching staff in the offseason with the acquisitions. What kind of a resource have they been for you? What has that chemistry been like for you guys as a staff?
All of them are awesome. Talk to them about whatever. I've talked to Evo a lot about the mechanical side of things, pitching, all that. Just hanging out with them. Whether it's not even, we might not even be talking about baseball. It's just getting to know the guys. They're awesome.
Thank you, Cole. Appreciate it.